At the beginning of the year, I started recording these YouTube videos on a weekly basis. And because I'm a bit of a nerd, I'm measuring my progress with this Google spreadsheet. And I'm measuring views and subscribers. So if you look here, we're now in calendar week 5. I had 20 views, 30 views, 50 views, wow, 40 views, and then back to 25 views this week. And subscribers like 0, 2, 4, 5, probably some family members. Anyway, I'm measuring this and it doesn't look great, does it? Doesn't feel like changing the world, does it? And if you look at the growth rate, let's look at the growth rate or the average growth rate for views. It's a 15%. And the 15% growth rate is actually very high if you keep at it for long enough. And that's the main point here. And I think that's the most important thing we have to teach our kids and ourselves. Because if we keep at it long enough, we take advantage of compounding. So how does that look like if we have a 15% growth rate over time? So that's a 15% week over week, just to be clear. So if we have that in 2024, 17,000 views at the end of 2024, 17,813. And if we keep 15% in 2025, 25 million. And 15% in 2026, I mean, it becomes unrealistic, right? But anyway, I think I made the point. Compounding is incredible. And because we are stuck in our linear thinking, we don't really grasp that. I think 15% compounding week over week is too optimistic, right? I mean, probably the YouTube algorithm is gonna like us being consistent. I will become better, I don't know, working on my English accent and the lighting and the quality of the videos and the distribution, whatever. So there are some things that I can do. And I think the algorithm is going to like me more and more because it's going to understand what people want to see the content. But 15%, let's say that's unrealistic. Let's say it's 5% week over week, which is still great. And I'm currently over-delivering on the 5%, as I showed you, at 15%. But okay, let's say it's 5%. And I'm just focusing on the views here. Was actually the same thing with the subscribers, obviously. 5%, and you do it for, or I do it for the next 47 weeks, and I'm going to be at 248 views on an average YouTube video. That doesn't feel great, does it? I mean, I'm a father of 3 children, and I have to get up at 5 a.m. on Sunday morning to record these videos because I don't have enough space in the flat. So, at that point, I might think, let's use the time differently. It doesn't really make a difference here. But because I know the power of compounding, I will keep at it. And then I compound 5% week over week in 2025, 3,000 views. At that point, I have recorded more than 100 of these videos. So much work. And I'm still only at 3,000 views. And I'm probably reading of, I don't know, Tim Ferriss and podcasters with hundreds of thousands, millions of views. And I feel bad about myself. But I still know the power of compounding. I do it another year. Sorry guys, I'm going to annoy you for years with these videos. I'm going to do it another year. Again, 5% compounding week over week. 39,000. Here we go. And if I showed you 2027, I mean, it would explode into the hundreds of thousands of views. And again, compounding is not something that naturally comes natural to us. We are stuck in linear thinking. We have to keep in mind compounding is at work if we do things long enough. And that's the second part of the story. We have to do things long enough. And for us to do things long enough, we have to do things that we care about. So, do I care about these YouTube videos? Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm on a mission to promote the idea of a political company that enables ethical consumption choices, but also stands up for freedom, individual liberty, and the entrepreneurial system as a whole. And that's dear to my heart. And I want to promote this idea and eventually also build companies based on the back of this audience that I hopefully will be able to build. Oh, I shouldn't say on the back of the audience, together with the audience. That sounds kind of better. And whatever you do, you have to care about it deeply. Otherwise, you're not going to do it for years. But if you care about it and if you're going to do it for years, compounding will work for you. Whether it's at a 5% rate or a 1% rate or a 20% rate week over week, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in your family life, whatever it is, your business, compounding always works. I mean, obviously it's super easy to measure with YouTube and views, but it even works when you're not measuring it. So keep that in mind and build your thing.